Ready? Okay.
Hi, my name is Dr. Kyre Adept, and I am a human programmer based here in Santa Barbara, but working with people worldwide by phone and by Skype, and also as an international trainer in what I do. Hands up, anybody who's ever used a computer? I thought so. Hands up, anyone who's ever experienced a computer crash? Hands up, anybody who's ever experienced their own personal crash? Okay, the bad news is, you operate like a computer and you can crash if you're picking up somebody else's programming that does not suit the way you are supposed to live your life. The good news is, we can fix it. We can fix it as quickly and easily as that computer tech comes in, sits down at your misbehaving keyboard, types in some bizarre-looking codes, and poof, your computer works again. Can anybody see how this might apply to your life? Great. As I say, I'm a human programmer. Every human being has the equivalent of a hard drive. That is the area of charged particles around you. This contains all of your information, all of your programs, on rings, in digital format, read by light. Anybody ever heard of a CD? 30 years ago, if you said to anybody, this is how the brain works, this is how the human being energy system works, they go, yeah, right. And then they invented CDs, and now we don't think anything of it. We put the CD in the computer, it uploads the new program, or it changes the existing program to something that we like better. Now, if you are having problems energetically with your information, or if you're running a program that does not work for you, it affects your output. Now, I mean output in a larger sense than how productive are you today, although it will certainly affect that too. I'm saying, do you have a happy life? Do you have the relationships you want? Are you able to receive money? Do you run your finances the way your father did and your relationships the way your mother did? Do you find yourself getting more and more like your spouse, who that may be a good thing, but it may not be right for you? Who you hang out with is who you are being influenced by energetically all the time. And of course, you're influencing them too. So, what can we do about these things? Well, there are a whole bunch of sensitive points in the human energy field, and we can test them using muscle testing, show you what's weak, and the good news is correcting these things is very, very easy. So if I can have a volunteer like Eve. Now the only reason I'm choosing Eve is not because it wouldn't work on everybody else. Of course it will. And what works on her is going to work on the whole group as we work together. But she's a little bit used to muscle testing, so we'll make it easier. So all I'm going to do is muscle test her. When her arm goes down, that means the point or the concept is weakening or stressful for her field. Everybody with me so far? Mm-hmm. Say yes.
Yes.
Say no.
No.
See, I'm just doing a little calibration thing. Touch your solar plexus. Ready, hold. Oops. Okay, take your hand away. Say, I choose to succeed.
I choose to succeed.
Whoa! Yeah. But, well, that's the thing. In her conscious mind, and the conscious minds of everybody here, of course you want to succeed and you're choosing to succeed. Right? And don't psychologists and researchers agree that 90% of what's going on for you is unconscious or subconscious, right? So, 10% conscious, I'm going to succeed. 90% subconscious.
It worked
So,
last time.
here's the good news. Who have you been hanging out with since I worked on you? Here's the correction. I suggest you all do it so you get a muscle memory. Once you cone the fingers of your right hand, let's just bring the fingers and thumb together. Go clockwise, circle clockwise over your solar plexus with your right hand and say 2-2.
2-2.
Say, I choose to succeed.
I choose to succeed.
And now it's strong. Did everybody get that? Touch the point, it's weak. Circle clockwise, 2-2, it's strong. For success. That is what that point relates to. Anybody maybe have a picture of how this sort of thing might be useful in your life? Anybody like the idea of setting yourself up for success every day? Exactly. There are a whole bunch of other points that we work with, 99 major points, 3,000 other points. And we put them together into strings of program code. just like a computer program, that are called integrations. So let me show you a very quick example of an integration. Give me a goal that you want to have in your life, something simple.
What's the goal? Double my clientele by the end of June next year.
By the end of June next year, okay. Say, my clientele has doubled by June 2012.
My clientele has doubled by June 2012.
See, now, she's already strong for that. So we don't have to do anything. Let's have another goal that maybe you're not strong for.
Okay.
Something she feels either is a bigger stretch or it's in another part of her life.
Okay. Yeah, so my book on VQ is published within the next 6 months.
Okay, that's a good one. Say
My book on VQ is published within the next 6 months.
Okay, and she's off for that. She's struggling. She's trying to keep her arm up. Okay, but here's the good news. We can fix that really, really quickly and easily. So that at the moment, does everybody get this? At the moment, that goal does not hold for her. Her body, her energy system is stressed for that goal. That's why her arm goes down. So I'm just going to fix it. 147. Say it again. Say the goal again.
My book on VQ is published by the end of 6 months.
And now it's strong. No matter how strongly I press on her arm, it's not going to go down for me. Now, is anybody beginning to see how this might help you in your business? Anybody have business goals? Yeah? Anybody have money goals? Anybody have relationship goals? Anybody want to be a better dancer? Hey, it's a goal, you know? We have an expert right back there. So, yes.
So how is this sustained? I know that when you're in the moment doing it, you're strengthening that point. But if you have a subconscious program that's going on, subconscious, that's been there for years and years and years, wouldn't it be a default, go back to it by default?
That is just the best question. That was just lovely. So one of the things that, let me roll that sentence back together again. No, let's stay right there. There is no escape. I experience in my practice, and I've been doing this every day for 15 years. So I have a certain amount of experience. In my experience, about 80% of somebody's issues, problems, symptoms, whatever, are somebody else's. Right? They're not even yours. Now, again, think about the computer analogy. If, sad to say, you're stuck with a PC, have you ever noticed that you may just innocently be on the internet somewhere, suddenly you've got a virus, suddenly your computer is slowed down or it's crashed? Anybody ever had that experience? Or heard about that experience? Of course, some of us use Macs. So, the same thing is happening with the people that you're wandering around with. Now, it may not sound like I'm talking to your question, but really I am. Because you didn't just pop out of the ground yesterday, right?
Right.
It's not just the people that Eve's been in contact with today that she has taken up some sort of adverse programming from. In fact, my experience is of that 80% that we are picking up from somebody else, at least 50% of that, probably more, you're picking up before the age of 5. Why is that? Because kids have no boundaries. And the younger the child, the weaker the boundaries are. They don't understand. They think everything's about them. We know some grown-ups like that, too. Yeah? So the more you think everything is about you, the less able you are to distinguish between the programs you came preloaded with and somebody else's programs. Right? So it's very, very common to find that you pick something up from a young age, or indeed any age. So for instance, I just go into the field, I'm reading her hard drive, I won't say anything personal or embarrassing, honest, and you picked up something at the age of 4 from your father, and it's in the realm of character. Yeah? So it's a character issue of some sort, and it's right now affecting your thyroid. Now, the thyroid issues are all about when's my turn. Yeah? You know, what about me? What about me? Which kids are really good at. Have you noticed that? So what happened to your dad, not to you, when you were about 4 or 5? That took that sense of, hey, what about me?
Something in his life that impacted
Something in
him.
his life.
Yeah.
Everybody seeing this? This is not about her. This is about whoever gave you that program out of the fullness of their generosity and desire to affect your life.
You know, it could have been a business thing, I don't know.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a business thing. I don't know anything about her dad. All I'm doing is reading her field. Okay? So what happened to your dad in business when you were 4 or 5?
I don't know, I'm guessing there must have been some kind of setback.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a lot going on, so.
So what actually happened was that her dad had a business deal go south. Something he thought was in the bag. Anybody ever had that happen? Anybody had that happen over and over again? Yeah, because we're looking at automatic patterns here, right? So, have you ever had that happen to you?
I've had things not materialize.
Things not materialize that you think are just like ready to go. Yeah? So let's test it on her. Don't believe what I'm saying. Let's do it her. Okay, so this body person has an issue from her dad on her thyroid. Okay? I want you to touch the hollow of your throat with your other hand. I'm just going to touch the thyroid point. Right? So her thyroid's not functioning. Anybody in the room have a non-functional thyroid? Anybody on one of those synthetic thyroid medications? Anything? Anybody put on some unexplained weight when you hit about 50?
None of us are over 50.
Well, that explains it. The thyroid governs your whole endocrine system. So if her thyroid's out, do you think it's possible she's going to have hormone changes by any chance? Yeah. Okay, so we need to fix her thyroid. And her thyroid needs to be fixed back when she was 4 or 5. Okay? So I want you to go back to that moment. Now, I know she doesn't know when this moment is, but energetically she does. Somewhere in her unconscious or subconscious, in her hard drive, she knows. Go back to that moment and flood that moment. First thing I want you to see is not you. It's your dad. Okay? Right. And I want you to flood that moment with magenta. There are lots of ways of clearing these things. I happen to be very color-oriented.
Is that green color?
No.
Magenta's
Magenta is the
Thank
red
you.
purple.
I never got.
I see it.
That's perfect.
A little redder than this.
Okay.
This is my book. It's
Yeah.
a little bit darker than that.
Okay. Perfect. Oh, my phone.
Right. Think of your phone. Okay, we're going to just flood that color back. And everyone, if you have any issue like this, take advantage. Take magenta back along the timeline to fix your thyroid right now.
Should I touch it here?
I'm just waiting for the dark. A little more magenta.
Okay.
Ooh, good magenta. Okay, touch the thyroid. And now she's strong. Now go back to being 5 years old and touch the thyroid. And now she's strong. This body person still has a program or an issue around, hey, what about me? Around some business deal that seemed certain and in the bag and then went, any other issue like that? No, she hasn't got it anymore. Fingertips together, seal.
Oh, yes.
Everybody, fingertips together, say seal. Seal. Thank you. So to answer your question, it really is like a computer. Once you've taken that particular computer virus out, you are not affected by it anymore in your inner human computers. However, if you then go out and hang around with people who have that particular issue, which is quite likely because you've been running it in the past, so you've made it sort of like vibrational match with people who listen to the same radio station, yeah? Then you can certainly pick it up afresh. I cannot be with you every moment of the day. But isn't that why we're in a group like this?
Yeah.
So that we are listening to the joint radio station of people who operate at a level of excellence, right? So that's why we're all here. So if each of us is cleaning out our system and getting it to run in an optimal manner, not only is that going to benefit you and your life and your business, it's also going to help everybody around you to be more excellent, to be more who they are. When you are being 100% who you are, then you are not needing and pulling on the people around you to fix problems that you need to fix yourself.